the opportunity, giving him a hero that can build an itemized fight early if we need him. But just like last game, especially with on a Monkey King, a very snowball hero as well, given a good lead, they might just be able to fight without him anyway. So I like it. I would be surprised, though, if he is going to be able to outfarm a Costabile Sven, especially with the Wisp here to buff him. So we'll see how LGD look to deal with that.
It will certainly be a challenge, but I think Ame's up for it.
It most likely is. It's gonna be a breath of fresh air. I mean, I think this is. We'll see. You know, this is one of those things that you say towards the start of a patch, and then by the end of it, when Monkey King is in every single game, maybe I won't be saying this, but it's a breath of fresh air to see the Monkey King back in action, especially with the mischief buffs and the buffs as well to Primal Spring, making him a lot more mobile, or Tree Dance, pardon me, actually getting buffed instead, not Primal Spring. It's quite a fun hero to watch, so it's nice to see other people play him than just Crystallis. And speaking of Crystallis, might as well give a shout out, because no one's going for first blood here early on. Crystallis, carry for Creep Wave, is going to be next up here on the stream, as we're going to head into Group A while still maintaining 3 lines of games. We'll be bringing you the Team Tundra versus Creep Wave game next. So if you like Monkey King, stick around. Well, Crystallis will probably be looking to pick it up next series.
Either that, or he is going to tank another first phase ban, as is usual these days.
Very true, very true. We're taking a look, though. Mid lane, Pangolier versus the Ember Spirits. Small buffs to Flame Guard, especially early, giving you early. Yeah, a little bit more damage to absorb. Makes things a little bit easier here for the Ember Spirit.
Of course, Shaba is never going to actually take off his Flame Guard with any of his spells. It's just going to be about who pushes the wave in more economically. It should be a trade lane.
I think those are going to be the kind of matchups that they want to give Shalbar right now, especially as he's a little bit, understandably, out of practice. By no means weak, as he's able to actually force ADR away for now, and he's going to get a little bit of one-on-one time with the wave. But it's these high execution lanes, you know, like a Storm Ember, that I would be a little bit maybe more hesitant to give someone who's not really, you know, playing 4 hours of mid a day and keeping that kind of practice.
And I mean, it's not just the landing, right? It's especially the follow-up. A lot of these more technical mid-heroes need a lot of knowledge of the mana usage, a lot of item decision-making that favors sometimes selfishness, overdoing things for the team. All things that are honestly not Xiao's instincts.
The core is going to drop for first blood. Am I picking up the kill there? As they're going to just use the chilly fingers and the cold feet for a nice little kill. Wisp. King Jungles gets his courier slain, and he's looking for vengeance. But as fast as he may be tethered to a creep, he's not going to be fast enough to catch up, thanks to this level 1 win run here for Jin Q.
You can already see Earthshaker not all too keen on trading with that Sven. Maybe when the Wisp is away, you can get some good slams in with your totem, but when he is not, it's too much of a risk. The Sven is just going to regen back up. Would much rather secure your own farm, get Jin Q to pull these waves.
Yep. And I think this is maybe going to be a nice little combo that we'll see with this Wisp and Sven. I'd be surprised if we don't end up seeing this more, especially with nerfs to Luna's laning stage and nerfs to TA and buffs to Great Cleave. Now is going to give you a little bit more cleave on every single level, especially level 4 when maxed. Wouldn't be surprised if we just get more Wisp Sven, as there's going to be a second kill top lane, this time onto the Sand King.
Yep, and I think this is designed for Tavo to switch into the Sandstorm. You're not going to be able to contest this Monkey King anymore. He's already got 2 levels of the Jingu Mastery. He is fully ready to fight you. So, better get those stacks going to the Alikar. Can't afford to miss that arrow.
No, we can't. Yeah, at least Davo with the with the Sandstorm ready to go is not going to give any more Jingu stacks. Jingu, by the way, speaking of buffs, because I spoke about some of those, also buffed very nicely. The Lifesteal amp in the early levels, it's pretty good. Of course, since it's based on the actual damage you do, it's not, you know, anything to write home about, but anything helps. And Ame could use some of that lifesteal now, as I think he's actually going to end up dying here. They need another attack, and we have one, courtesy of the leap from Theo Core.
Well, never mind me, Tavo. Continue on what you were doing before.
There we go, able to continue his aggression. I think this will change, though, as, you know, as doubtful as I have been. We've casted a couple of Creep Wave games together, which naturally means we've casted a couple of Crystallis Monkey King games together, which means he likes to go for 3 points in the Jingu Mastery. If there's anything I've learned from all those game kips, it's that once we do hit this level 3 Jingu Mastery, usually Monkey King can afford to out-harass and out-trade people. Without him, though, Faith Beyond, he's going to be saved momentarily here by Jinkyu's Shackle, but only for a couple of moments, as they still have the kill very easily.
I guess you're not going to be too sad about dying there. The creep wave's coming into your tower once you respawn. Oh no, there it goes. That's unfortunate. And you were out of regen anyway.
Yeah,
Faith Beyond is rocking that bottle currently, so...
Top. Oh, they got an arrow onto Ame this time. He needs to lifesteal off of something, but it's not enough. Needed to get out of that Sandstorm at the same time, so Tavo with 2 points now in Sandstorm. Able to find the kill there onto Ame. That's going to be a walk of shame back, actually, for the Monkey King, as he's going to have TP on cooldown for about 15 seconds.
Well, must have been a little bit of a misplay, and Tavo, I mean, he gets best of both worlds here. He gets to have both the kills and the Sandstorm levels. The only thing that he doesn't get is the stacks, because he doesn't need the Oligar for the kills.
Q. He's maybe going to die for this courier here. Let's go Stabile popping the war cry, just in case it affected couriers, but also to be able to make up the distance and get the kill onto Jin Q.
Never underestimate that movement speed. Still a fairly fragmented early game here. Xiaoid has hit his level 6 in mid, as has ADR. Now the question is who is going to rotate first. Like, in my opinion, it's always going to be Xiaoid. Maybe waiting until he gets his boots before he truly gets going. ADR trying to steal his camp.
Yeah, and despite what I was saying, and by the way, not Flame, of course, I mean, especially for a TI winner, but, you know, genuinely, out of practice, right, not knowing up to all the up-to-date mechanics, he actually did manage to boot the Ember Spirit. He had to make a regen run back to the fountain without having boots, and as there's going to be a kill onto Jin Q. ADR as well, rotating over, hopeful to get a piece of that pie, but he's going to be left at least with an earn charge.
Well, the most important thing for me as just a spectator of these LGD games is I think this demonstrated that, you know, everybody can see that a couple of misplays are happening, a couple of miscommunications are happening. LGD is still owning this tournament. Like, all of these misplays are not as big of a deal if you work around them correctly, if you account for them correctly. And that is one of the biggest lessons that I'm taking away from this.
As there's going to be a lesson for Xiao Bei in the mid lane as he gets off Rolling Thunder, and actually, the lesson is learn to respect the director so he can strike. He was totally fine, and Jin Q rotating on through. We'll top him off with the healing salve.
Fine and dandy to go right back on in. So full fresh creep wave.
Cold Feet's never going to be too effective versus a Mirana. Tavo now looking for the kill. Only level 1 burst strike. Jin Q. Nice lineup there on the double shackle shot. Will save the life of Y.
And of course, Jin Q is going to have a bunch of good targets for those shackle shots. As well, the two people I was going to talk about make another attempt onto Faith Beyond, level 6.
He's got Slam with the creep wave here as well, or sorry, with the small camp. King Jungles, though, with a big old stick, he's going to be able to top himself up, keep himself alive. They find Xiao Bei in the mid lane in the meantime, and I don't think this is going anywhere. So, yeah, just a quick kill. This time, they're able to find the director without having the ultimate ready to go.
And both Echo Slam as well as God Strength used in the bottom lane. I guess Costabile is fine doing that since there weren't any stacks waiting for him just yet. Normally you want to save that until you can go take those stacks for the first time, but Theolikar only made his first stack just now.
Yeah, not a whole lot. No, that's a good point.
He's been preoccupied killing the MK.
Okay, Tavo, it'll be okay. So the Monkey King pulls a wave on over. A couple of stacks, speaking of which, here currently in the jungle for LGD, which SG are very keen to find and very keen to take as well. Tabo, though, taking his own initiative, carrying the dust, does
no.
accidentally get Tabo up to the high ground. They know where he's at now with Ward and a Vision, and Cold Feet's not going to proc thanks to the Burrow Strike, but they will bring on Ame, who, with the Boundless Strike, will be able to pick up the kill. Some nice BM king lines. If a king kills another king, it's just regicide, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep, it should be. Extremely rare occurrence.
Ah.
Not possible in chess.
Not possible in chess, no. Not possible. But I suppose maybe, you know, in a lot of end games, the king is involved, but it cannot put it, of course, the other king in check. As fun as that would be. I guess if you play bullets, you could do it, but either way. LGD, they'll look bottom now. Faith Beyond not having too difficult of a lane, surprisingly. He's actually coming out with just as much farm as the Ember Spirit, which might speak more to the difficulties that Ember's been having, but we'll hold on to that. As here they go down bottom. Jin Q trying to get position for a shackle, will only momentarily stun up Kostabile. They're going to now remove his healing and his life, thanks to the power shot here of Jin Q. Tinker's Toy. Tumbler's Toy, pardon me, for Faith Beyond, to try and close the gap and get Wisp, but he's already off and away.
Yeah, as far as making up distance, the Tumbler's Toy is barely anything, of course. I like to see it most in occasions where you need to go up or down cliffs. And I think in this case, Faith Beyond mostly has it for the plus 200 mana.
It's a nice item for the mag, especially if you hit someone with the shockwave and then you just need to reposition yourself a little bit early on.
Yeah, I tried that one in a lobby. They're chasing Ame near his stacks.
And we've got Epicenter ready to go. We won't even need it though, Kips. Taken down, stacks is well taken thanks to, well, only the 1 point in Caustic Finale. Big pull for the Sand King. As a Scorpion will transmute into the big to be able to escape after the successful kill. Monkeys, pigs, and scorpions, Kips. Oh my. I don't remember the Yellow Brick Road culminating in that.
Hey, I've been told that this is a zoo meta.
Very true. Very true.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I don't know many zoos I've gone to that have had pigs in them, though, to be quite honest.
Petting zoos?
Petting zoos? Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know if I'd want to pet a scorpion, though. I think that would dissuade me slightly.
Yeah, scorpions only touch him on the underside.
Well, they're looking for the Scorpion now on the underside of the map underneath this Tier 1 tower. Jaba going for the ultimate. Stunned momentarily here by Tavo, as there's going to be Moonlight Shadow, the Fissure. Going to need to jump over that one. But it looks like they actually won't need it for the damage. Echo Slam coming through just to secure the kill. Ice Blast now will find Kostabile. King Jungle is now channeling, or actually he relocated in, pardon me. He's going to go ahead and leave Kostabile now underneath this Tier 1 tower. As Theolikor picks up the kill onto Faith Beyond. Theolikor trying to escape, but that is a level 3 shield crash to find the kill. ADR rotating on through with a bit of damage. Needs a stun though. Out from his Sven. Will now find him. He's going to be forced back thanks to the Cold Feet. And it looks like LGD, they will get a 1-for-2 trade offlaner for the offlaner and a support. But hold
not
that thought,
quite
actually,
done.
King Jungles, ooh, gets the tether off, and Ame will not go diving underneath the Tier 2 tower this early on.
A little bit, yeah. I think maybe after he's got this Ogre Axe, he's going to be finishing up that Echo Saber very soon. He definitely will, but not quite yet.
I grow closer to the elemental.
I'm just kind of left wondering here, because this is a demonstration of how hard it is going to be for LGD to grab towers. They're always going to have to dive for it. None of their heroes hit towers particularly well. They have great diving potential, though. But versus a Wisp Sven who can always react, that's a risky play nonetheless.
It is, and we basically need an Echo Slam or a Fissure from Fog or a Blink, you know, something like that to catch ADR. It's not a free Ember Spirit game, but there's only a couple of things that scare you. And one of those is actually running out of mana, which is not something I would normally concern myself with, given you know, a glance at the draft here from LGD.
They got Ame on top.
Oh, they do. Tapo's able to escape as Kostabile continuing to give chase. Cheeky little mischief there, but of course he can't even use the tree dance away. He's going to at least be forcing the supports to take the kill there, thanks to the mischief. As Tavo still giving Xiao Bao the run around here in the Sandstorm, farming up. He's got another Burrow Strike, but won't get to use it, so he will eventually be picked off by the Pangolin.
And unfortunately for LGD there, not enough panic reactions to that go on their offlaner. Because that's what you ideally want, right? You're trying to create space here, you're trying to get that Wisp to
There's
that
Blink.
thought.
Yeah, and this is how... Ooh, we need to kill Ember Spirit. Did they get him with the Frost Blast? We did, and he should die to this. It's level 1, but I think it's enough because he's not going to have another Flame Guard up. Yeah, there he goes.
Oh!
AA player, by the way.
Like, I thought for sure that he was going to use the Remnant there to dodge the last tick.
It looked like he was thinking about it as well. I'm surprised he didn't. Careful, though, as LGD, they want to look for more, and in fact, they might just be able to at least interrupt the stacks or use an Echo Slime here onto the Sven. They're going to try and lock him into the Wukong's command, but they don't have enough detection nearby immediately, so Faith Beyond is unable to land the fissure in time. Arrow to try and stun at least some of the retreating heroes. They will find the Shaker with this. There's not a lot of follow-up here. LGD without a slam, without a Wukong's command, and now bolstered by the Ember Spirit. SG thinking about looking for more. But they will make the call to back off. Tavo currently pushing down bottom, still needs his own Blink Dagger, and until then, these counter initiations are a little bit difficult.
It is, yes, and in fact, him and the Ember Spirit as well would really like all of this fighting to stop. The Ember as well, still working his way towards the Maelstrom.
Xiaoba really going to farm this stack. Can Pango farm? Yeah, I guess Max Swashbuckle. Pango can definitely farm these stacks. He is actually kind of struggling a bit.
Yeah, definitely is a bit of a big word there. But he deals okay damage, and with the damage reduction, he gets quite a few right clicks off as well. The real deal here is that they're prioritizing his farm over everybody else in the game right now. Since the Earthshaker has his Blink, they just give him all of this in order to make sure he gets that Diffusal Blade up. And after that, Ame is going to get the farm again.
Yeah, but in the meantime, Constabule basically has just been farming completely unabated for some time now. He's, I mean, again, with the Wisp, with Echo Saber, you know, this bonus attack speed for Overcharge, there's not very many other heroes that are going to take as great advantage of it, especially thanks to the buffs, as this Sven. And he's doing just that, almost as a full BKB on top of this Echo Saber and Sange.
Just a casual Sange. Nothing to see here.
There's casual Sange. What are you doing in here? You're 5 minutes too early. Oh, you have a Wisp? Never mind. Carry on. Carry on, Sven.
LGD are going to have to kite him pretty hard this game.
Do we have Yule's builders, though? Oh, actually, look what Faith Beyond skied up. He's actually going to go for the Ags, the Enchanted Totem, as there's going to be a Pokemon attacking jungles, and we'll be able to assassinate the Wisp, so it wasn't... and actually, that might be able to give them a Tier 1 tower push here, especially with the wagon. Okay.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I wonder if they can fight Constabule, though. I guess he doesn't really want to because his BKB is about a single tour of the triangle away. And yeah, he risked this.
Oh yeah, for the D ward, there's going to be the Echo Slime on top into the Wukong's command. Constabule is still alive, but even with the bonus move speed of the Warcry, he's unable to escape. ADR as well held down. Bond, the Director, is going to be unable to assist his team. Nice initiation there by Faith Beyond, as the arrow will stun a tree. Two dead there for SG Esports as they find Tavo. I think, oh, Kips, that was Tavo as well, trying to show off his Blink Dagger.
Yes.
Instead, once again, he finds himself being outshone by the enemy offlaner.
He jumped right on into the damage. It's very unfortunate.
He really did. And LGD, they're playing up. They want to play a little bit aggro, well, for now, at least against the Sven. I imagine they might just farm their way back into their own side of the map. But
and that feels so bad for Constabule. You can see him there. It's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. But you're our strongest hero. Yeah, fine. I'll position.
Shin Q. That's the first Blink Burrow Strike into the epicenter. And with that, SG Esports actually going to go look for Roche. There's no Rolling Thunder. Well, there's Rolling Thunder in 2 seconds. But there's no Echo Slime in a minute and a half. Nor Wukong's command for about 45.
Rolling Thunder Ice Blast, though. If LGD wants to, they can certainly contest this, but they're slow.
They are slow. And, well, for now, Ame will just push the big old creep wave into the tower. This will let them know that there's something sneaky going on. Out comes the scan for LGD. There's a TP from Jin Q. They're going to scout with Ice Blast, but by now, they will realize it's a bit too late. They're going to try anyway, though, as Tavo stuns up Jin Q. Xiaoba now looking for Tavo, who already used the Burrow Strike and the Blink Dagger, so he's trapped in a bit of a rough spot and will be taken down. Methyl Core with leap charges shouldn't really be in too much trouble here, as SG Esports will only lose the offlane Sand King in exchange for the first Aegis.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why you position up there with the Sand King, right? Just in case they come and contest, you always buy enough time before the Roshan to go down there.
Yep. That'll be Tavo's 6th death of the game. Not too bad, nothing too crazy. Because like you say, that is kind of his job for now, especially in that situation. No one else can really do the same thing he does. Maybe Theo Core, but again, I think Theo Core still dies in a scenario like that because of the Shaker. And yeah, Faith Beyond is going into this Ag Scepter build. I don't know. I guess I don't really know what else an offlane Shaker would buy. I don't think we're, as strong as the item is, I don't think we're back to like the Silver Edge kind of crit Shaker days. But maybe Ags is going to give him another powerful initiating tool and a bit more damage for the Ember.
Yeah, I think a Shadowblade build is possible, and in fact, talking about Shadowblade builds and crits, Stabile is going into one right now.
Yeah, but they found Ame in his own triangle. There's going to be a triple stun into a very easy kill, as ADR will pick it up with the Maelstrom procs. The rest of LGD were smoked up on the other side of the map. They may look for vengeance, as for now, SG, they will posture themselves looking at least for a mid-tier 1 tower in return. There's a Blink Dagger at the ready for Xiao Ba. He's going to reveal this now, finds Tabo, who's going to be immediately put into the shackle and hit a second time. Ice Blast will kill him. Stabile, though, he's got Ags, or sorry, BKB makes that, and will show that off as he cleaves through Y very easily. Xiao Ba can't blink here, but has Swashbuckle. Whenever you see a Pangolier or any off-lane hero stand still, you know that's a bait, but Faith Beyond was not baiting. He actually commits an Echo Slam there to maybe escape.
Yeah, I think he's actually out. I'm not sure if that's worth it though. That's a gigantic cooldown, and now Stabile, there's not many threats left on the map for him.
No, especially because he just used BKB, so now he doesn't even have to worry about that. God Strength BKB easily will be back before Echo is ready to go, although that's not going to help him here. There's a stun onto the Wukong, or onto the Monkey King. They're also holding down the backliners. Astabo is going to use his stun instead onto Xiao Ba, but he's got a lot of damage just now, up to 54%. Not going to save him, though. They will still take him down as the Wisp unable to relocate his Sven away to safety. Actually, well, I guess they'll take the Aegis. But again, without Echo Slam, SG Esports still quite confident in the fight. Estavo blinks up to the high ground, was looking for the double stun. Yeah, that was a bit bold, as he's going to find himself instead stunned at the hands of the Monkey King and taken down quite quickly. 3 versus 4 now. LGD, with the numbers on their side, will look for more. As Faith Beyond lines up the stun, finds ADR. Nice shackle, sorry, not a sleight of fist, but a great shackle shot. I knew it was coming from Jin Q. Will be able to set up for the kill onto ADR. That's a big win here for LGD.
Incredible how they one by one. This is where just the experience and the shot calling really makes a difference for these two teams. Because there is no reason why LGD, without most of their ultimates, and especially without that Echo Slam, should be able to take these fights. But they're working around the Sven, almost surgically so.
Surgically so. I like that. Yes, no, definitely. That's something you just have to do, especially when he's this strong. I mean, he is pulling a 4K, a little bit less. We'll call it a solid 3K net worth lead over your own carry. And whenever there's time to farm for Sven, that lead quickly continues to grow. Because this is very much a fighting build from Ame. Echo Saber, you know, good for farming for sure, but Deso very much fighting, and as is this BKB. No Battle Fury Monkey King like we've seen before for Crystallis in this tournament.
And the reason why Ame is so dangerous right now is not just, like, if you can work around this Sven, it means that actually the people you're up against are this Ember Spirit and the Sand King. Look where their net worth's at. Neither of them have had the opportunity to buy any stats yet whatsoever. Monkey King with Echo Saber Deso, you killed him. 2 hits and a slam.
Very true. As just as ADR, he can tell you the same. He's finally at least going into this Sanj, and now has enough money for it. Sanj
Much needed HP.
Yes, and status resist as well. Might be just the thing that saves him here against these long duration stuns of Shackle and the multiple stuns of Shaker. Make it a bit difficult to combo those together. For now, Faith Beyond, I think he's going to be deciding whether to turn this Ogre Axe into the Ags or if he needs a BKB this game.
They found 40R with a ward.
Yes, they
I guess send him out of fog.
Oh, but Alma Strike misses, and that's going to alert him and allow him to get the Remnant off in time. LGD will sweep through with whatever remains of this smoke, but I don't think it's going to be too successful here after the miss Boundless Strike.
I know you gotta play fast, but I was just a little bit fast. Tavo?
Oh, okay.
Renegade's coming in.
I guess he didn't think everyone else was here, but Costabile now joining the fight. There's going to be an Ice Blast as well coming down from the top lane, but they've gotten the kill onto Ame Java, unable to bounce here onto Theo Licor, although he will find him eventually here as the Fissure only blocked him momentarily. There's the relocate out as hit by the Ice Blast. They're not too eager to continue the fight. It's a 2-for-1 trade as LGD loses the Monkey King in exchange for the offlane Sand King and the Mirana.
Worth it, I'd say.
Radiant's bottom tower.
All your eggs are in a Costabile basket right now. That said, they found him.
Yes, they have, and they're going to stun him up a couple of times and maybe just even kill him. Echo Slime committed there, and they will be able to put him down. Mech used earlier. That means King Jungles was not going to have the burst healing necessary to either save himself nor the Sven. LGD continue to take these fights, and they may have just found the Ember Spirit because he's been cleaved through of his mana by Xiao Ba, and that is now a full team wipe in exchange for the Monkey King. Okay, and Tabo, he's going to come back for more. He doesn't have Blink Dagger. It'll be on cooldown. He's going to go for the
last
ultimate,
3 times.
but he can't, and now he's dead.
Davio, what are you doing?
Radiant's middle
Oh,
tower
that was
is
very
under attack.
bold. I assume that was to try and at least get the Pangolier. This man, he doesn't like pangolins. Did he ever tell you about that? He just, at any cost, they must die.
I think the World Wildlife Fund might have something to say about that. Honestly, SG there does not expect that the 3 supports can burst, or well, supports, I say supports, 2 supports, and the Earthshaker can burst down with their carry, but he can. And then the follow-ups, man, it's hard to fault them for taking these fights. Like, apart from the initiations from Tavo, which have been just a little bit too wild, I think their positioning has been fine. They just have not been ready for how incredibly aggressive LGD is.
No, very true. And even though last Echo Slime wasn't great from Faith Beyond, this one more than making up for it, is now they find Tavo with the Fissure. That's going to be the Ag Scepter reveal here for Faith Beyond as he flies in with style, being able to save that Blink Dagger to make sure he's able to get away scot-free after assassinating the Sand King. Another Shackle shot. Long duration here. Forces Costabile to pop the BKB, but they actually relocate him out. A bit of miscommunication there. Costabile finds it all in the jungle, and he says, no, I'll walk myself back. Thank you very much, King Jungles. No need for the tether. And I think he knows why, because here they go into a bit of a rough spot now, as there's going to be the stun. Theo Licor trying to give King Jungles an escape there with the tether, unable to do so. Xiao Ba holding back Theo Licor and Costabile. They're unable to do much to save the Wisp. He's dead for 40 seconds.
Once again, that entire fight start without Ame or Xiao 8 even being there. They are both showing on the bot lane. There's just so much burst damage over on this Earthshaker now. Once he's got a BKB there, he has nothing to fear.
And that was the first time I've seen this Gale Force. You said you wanted to do the weather segments earlier. Here's some Gale Force win skips. Tell me about how this might have some niche use this game, and why you think Jin Q goes for it immediately after the Yule Scepter.
I just think it's incredibly strong teamfight control here. And it's also funny for a hero deck, and I haven't seen it yet, but you can definitely try and line up shackle shots with the help of that. But mostly, you just halve people's movement speed if they want to go a different way than you want them to. Faith Beyond.
Okay,
He's not the target.
They want the Director, and I think they're going to get him, but they're pushing away with the Gale Force. Costabile can't get in there for the kill, but they have damage from range thanks to the Ember Spirit, as now BK beat up. Costabile no longer has to fear the Earth Shaker. He will be taken down, and that is a 5-time kill streak ended. Gold given to ADR. They're looking for more of those. They will head straight into the enemy jungle, where Ame is currently farming, but he's got a BKB. Tabo, Blink Dagger just used. He's got a Burrow Strike. Not going to be needed, though, for the kill onto Y. And that is going to be the Shadow Blade for Costabile, netting him basically 3 kills as SG find a nice opening.
Shadow Blade here, a much better item than before for the Sven. Now that you get crits with it once you build up into the Silver Edge, so scales a lot better. And yeah, this is looking to turn out to be a game where it's really about who initiates onto who the first.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yes, let's cut another replay of that because Gale Force was very funny. Seeing this Sven try and run against the wind. Oh, hold that thought though, because they've actually caught Costabile in the top lane. Shadow Blade up though, trying to escape. They don't land the shackle shot. There's a Gale Force to try and push him back into the arena. Okay, it almost works actually. The Wukong's command. Oh, the stun though stops Jin Q. Unfortunately, the Monkey King a little bit too elusive thanks to the puffs here to Tree Dance. He will be able to escape. And SG Esports are going to be able to save the Sven and take home a bit of Windrunner for free.
Just a little bit fast fingers onto Ame there, though. Immediately cancels the down portal scroll. He didn't actually get hit by the stun. And
really?
Runs away. Yeah.
That was going to be the right move from him. Smoke playing out for SG Esports as they've got the numbers advantage. They've won two skirmishes in a row, and they're looking for more. Why? In position to break smokes, but so is Xiaoba. And the Monkey King on the cliff. We have an Echo Slam here. This could be really bad, but they're going to make it mostly through the choke point in one piece. Incoming.
They're stuck.
No Echo Slam quite yet. Xiaoba keeping them locked down. Good positioning. They've gotten rid of the AA, but he still gets off the Ice Blast. That's going to result in the kill onto the Wisp and now Theo Licor. But BKB used by Ame here for that one. Buyback, they want to look for more now. There's the Gale Force wins. Of course, Costabile with the BKB able to shrug it off. He's got the Windbreaker, and can he break the Pangolin? Yes, he can with a big old crit. There's an even bigger one, though, for the Monkey King. Into plenty of stunts for Costabile. They've got the kill, rooted up, and taking plenty of magic damage as Ame, so they'll trade him away immediately as Faith Beyond with a little jump there is not going to be able to find anyone. ADR with the DD rune, and now this fresh Kaya and Sanj doing plenty of damage in that fight, Kips.
Ame overestimating his HP a little bit there. I think this build is great if you're just looking to blow up the people around the Sven, but here you can see that in the man fight, it doesn't help you at all. The Desolator does basically nothing for you, so he's really going to have to wait until that Skadi before he can properly bring the fight to the Sven.
I would be seeing a little bit more of Gale Force into Wukong's command, but that's actually, you know, if you don't give him a reason to want to try and run a different way than the winds, it actually just ends up helping them leave the arena, doesn't it? For the Wukong's top.
Yes.
This is... Oh, he missed the stun, actually. ADR is here. Ice Blast coming. Oh, they're going to be forced. They hit two now with the Ice Blast, but there's no heroes here, unfortunately, to follow. But Faith Beyond nearby, but without Echo Slam, they need to be hard-pressed to be able to punish.
SG really coming out swinging here now that they've got all of their mobility up, now that their Ember Spirit does not die in 2 hits anymore. He's got that full Sanji Gaia for a while. He's looking for the BKB next. This is turning a little bit hairy for LGD, because in these games, normally they rely on Ame being ahead. He is not. He has never been. And Ember Spirit and Tabo are finally catching back up to the course of LGD.
Costabile, Shadow Bladed up. 550 move speed for him and his Wisp. Very deadly hunting party these two make together, especially with the Silver Edge completed now. There's going to be that critical strike that really helps Costabile quite a bit in these fights. Going into Satanic next for some lifesteal. He's already clocking in at 3,100 HP. The Wisp buff Xiaoba has got roll up into Rolling Thunder. Just going to farm the creep wave with the Rolling Thunder, and I assume he's going to maybe bash another creep wave and then TP out. Yes, okay, very nice.
Close to getting it entirely, but even though you have removed the creep waves, you have not removed the biggest creep of them all. Roshan waiting here with just an Aghanim shard. Can't believe I'm saying just, but can you imagine Costabile getting the cheese here?
Yeah, King Jungle's getting the cheese especially. Wonder if this is going to be probably the Stormhammer upgrade to make sure you can kill the Windrunner, guaranteed, not having to worry. I mean, yeah, right? He's got it in his inventory currently, holding on to all the stat items just in case they get jumped, and that's a good idea, because LGD are smoked up as 5. They're looking for a fight. And now they have eyes on Theo Licor with the leap charges, though. A third one utilized. Xiaoba, though, in position. That's going to be Ame picking up the kill there with a nice old boundless strike. The rest of SG have scattered to the winds, however. Pushed a couple of side lanes, Moonlight shadowed up. They should be able to escape relatively easily.
This is still LGD's specialty, at least for this lineup. Tabo? He's a Sand King. He should be fine. No!
No! They got him with the fissure, and he gets the Sandstorm off, but I don't believe he lives here. Down he will go. Y picks up the kill as he fills the scoreboard up with his notifications of killing wards, as well as now offlaners. Faith, by the way, 6-3 and 15, involved in 21 of 29 kills. I'd say if you are going to be picking an offlane shaker, this is exactly the kill participation you'd be expecting of him.
Radiant's top tower.
Absolutely. Faith Beyond has played a monster of a game.
is under
I
attack.
feel like I'm not emphasizing that enough, but I sort of expect that from Faith Beyond.
I get that. I don't know if I was
Radiant's
necessarily
top
expecting
tower
it
has fallen.
on the Earthshaker. Again, just because this hero as an offlane is a little bit less proven to me. There's Gale Force wins, which actually
Radiant's top
will
tower
save
is
Xiao
under
Ba.
attack.
BKB'd up, Costabile is going to choose to run with the rest of it because underneath the tier 1 tower, plenty of TPs were inbound.
Something that I haven't mentioned yet, by the way, because I think we sort of glossed over it, but with the Silver Edge over on the Sven, in the man fight, you're going to see the Jingo Mastery get disabled because the break is, of course, also still on that Silver Edge. So, Ame probably still has to work around the Sven, even if he'd really, really like to start man fighting him by now.
Very true. I think there's also another target that you wouldn't mind breaking and killing, and that's going to be the Shaker, right? You go ahead and break his Aftershock, and he doesn't stun on Enchant Totem anymore. It's, you only have to play one game of ability drop to know that.
Who needs a cloud?
Radiant's middle tower is under
Earthshaker
attack.
very anemic after you break him.
Yes, he is. He's not going to be able to find anyone here with the Fissure either. He's going to go on in. We might just see him broken now, but Costabile is going to be stunned up. There's Echo Slam used. Gale Force wins to try and push him back here into the hands of Ame, who's going to channel up the ultimate. Xiao Ba going to roll on in to be able to set up for the kill. That's only his first life, Kips, but he doesn't have BKB. He'll have it in 3 seconds. No God's Strength either, as I believe, yes, they have relocated him away. Perfect timing from King Jungles. They are going to be hit with the Ice Blast debuff, but Costabile very eager to fight, and they need to, because ADR in trouble, but that's a beautiful burst strike into the epicenter. 2 heroes, 3 heroes soon to fall, as Ame still fighting. Needs a little bit more damage onto him, but they've got it. ADR as well rooting up the Director as he tries to escape. He's going to find a bash on his swashbuckle back out. Lincoln Sphere broken. Davo to follow up with the stun, silenced and soon to be killed here. Gale Force wins. Try as they might, will not be able to blow back SG Esports from stopping the kill onto the Pango. And that's going to be a 1-for-4 trade. I thought that fight was going to look horrendous for SG Esports, but the relocate save could not have been more better timed.
Dire's middle tower
It was
is under
absolutely
attack.
beautiful. Also a little bit awkward afterwards when he gets taken back.
Yes. Fair, good point.
Thought King Jungle would have broke the tether there for sure, but you know what? They still get the 4 kills. It still works out for them, and
Dire's
yeah,
middle tower has fallen.
Monkey King doesn't cut it right now.
Is under attack.
No, he is not. SG, they look for game 1. They're going to push them back from the tower, get the wagons away. Alas, they will still be able to get some tower damage in. Costabile as well buffed up. He's going to be able to shrug off the cold feet thanks to the Satanic. Clocking in, by the way, Kips 4,000 HP as he will one-shot the creep wave with God's Strength active, of course. He's about to hit this 25 talents, which means likely for the next cast of God's Strength, he's going to be critting for a little bit more. How about 250%?
That sounds decent. I'd like to see what Y has to say about that.
Very true. Yeah, very true. I think, I don't know what ouch is in Mandarin, but that might be what he's going to be saying in the voice comms. Maybe something a little bit more expletive-laced, but definitely something along the lines of ouch.
Listen, Richie, cries of pain are the same in every language.
Very true. Very true. Desk slam. Slams desk in Chinese. This freaking hero.
Run like the dogs you are.
Costabile. Oh, he just needs a little bit more XP for this one. He's big. He's got now a clean 5k net worth lead over the Monkey King. And this is usually, that's the metric I always kind of bear, is they give him the solo XP to 25. There he is. He's taking, well, he should take this right talent any second now.
Leveler.
It's a nice one. He's holding on to Titan Sliver for now. For now, I'd like to see him change it,
Dire are
though.
Scanning.
As there's the right talent taken. Yeah, he's a whole item over the Monkey King, and that's where Monkey King starts to hurt. But with Satanic reducing that lifesteal a bit and the regen from King Jungles, maybe, Kips, if they get a perfect fight, they can still take this.
Well, this does not look to be perfect, though.
Oh no, why? Oh, okay, they at least stun him. Oh, but he's just caught on the wrong side of the fissure, Kips, and they're just going to kill him. ADR gets him from range. He's going to buy back, though, as Xiao Ba rolling around in the fights. They're going to try and look for anyone, but ADR with now a BKB is going to be able to ignore the Pangolin, looking for a bit more on the high ground, as that was the 8-second charge. But just getting the buyback out from Y, that's big enough of a win. We didn't need to commit BKB for Sven, nor the God's Strength, so SG still very strong here. Should LGD, pardon me, look for a fight.
Holding on to the God's Strength there, especially instrumental. Pretty sure that if they get the Wind Ranger there, they continue. She does not have a buyback.
It's a bash. What kind of opening do we need? If a bash on the Sven isn't it, what do we need? Do we need a bash on the Ember? Bash on the Wisp, perhaps?
Ember can die. Bash on the Wisp would be the best, but they have not been able to find this Wisp pretty much throughout the game.
He's got his shard. Tether stunts. Couldn't believe that. Okay.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Start picking CK with Wisp again, please. That would be fun. All right, here they go. SG, they might just find him and nip LGD in the butt right now, as the supports and the counter initiator is currently positioned on the wrong side of this one. SG continuing to rotate on through. This is going to look real good for them. Oh, but they're just going to miss him. Tavo's smoke has broken, but they think that they're actually in the trees. Why? Oh, he's thinking about peeking the wave right now. Xiaoba instead, he's going to go first into the trees. He shall go. He's going to find Theoli Core, but right now Constabula, he gets off the BKB. Actually, Faith Beyond, thanks to the nerfs, he can't actually get over with the Enchant Totem in time. God's Strength active. There's going to be the Gale Force Winds, forcing Constabula back, and he's still going to be stunned. Echo Slam as well. Catches Stalo. He's got Andis, so the stun to follow up is good, but not good enough to save the Sven. He is taken down after the BKB is worn off. ADR looking at least for revenge, picks up the kill onto Y, as Tavo is able to escape the Wukong's command. Theoli Core not as lucky, as he is bashed up and killed mid-teleport, and King Jungles, yes, the Wisp for dessert, he is going to be killed.
That initiation there, SG just doesn't quite know where to look. If they know where to look, they can blow somebody up. They have the stun from the Sand King. They know how to get the Ember on top of them, but instead the entire BKB of the Sven gets wasted without anybody on LGD who really matters dying.
Yeah, he does well to get that BKB off. The Enchant Totem nerfs coming into play there, but as soon as it's over, so is his time on this plane. Sven's still dead here for 50 seconds. We'll take another look at that one. Yeah, King Jungles just separates from him. And I'm not sure, did someone force him back? There must have been someone. It must have been like the Pangolier at least forcing back the Wisp, but without Wisp there especially, it was incredibly easy for LGD to just kind of take that fight. Ember as well, looking for more backliners, but as you say, they just didn't have the intel. They didn't know where LGD were situated in that fight.
And I thought it was such a questionable go from Xiaoba, but just shows what I know.
Yeah, he made it look like they had wards everywhere. They only had the ward watching over the triangle on the entrance there, but it's worked out beautifully.
Yep. Well, in some cases, if you go in, it's just asking for intelligence. Like, all right, fine, I'm just rolling here. I know I can't die. What are you willing to show me? Who is willing to go on me? And
there,
that can give you vision for the rest of the fight. Yeah.
And that was the wrong question, or the wrong proposed answer at least, right? To what are you willing to show me, Sven? That was exactly what LGD were hoping for. As they'll smoke up, and they're hoping for an even better fight now. We've got Echo ready to go yet again. They see the Sven. They still have the ward up. It's going to be de-warded. Gale Force pushing them a little bit actually awkwardly as Faith Beyond stuck on the cliff. Blinks back down, looks his own way, King Jungles, but my goodness, ADR just all over this fight thanks to the Ag Scepter especially. AA killed off. There's going to be the Andis proc for King Jungles. Doesn't have another tether though, and the Wukong's command, it's a big one. XL version is going to be able to find the kill, simultaneously stops Stavo from getting off an impactful epicenter, so he's forced away. And now, well, Morana will suffer the same fate. Disarm, but enraged is going to be Constabula as he finds himself stunned yet again. He's got BKB and Satanic as there's Stavo now with a great stun onto Ame. They need a little bit more though. They need a little bit more. He's life stealing, but not enough as there's the Yule Scepter. The Echo Slam now through from Faith Beyond. It's huge. It catches ADR as well. Stavo finally uses the BKB, and he does get the kill onto Ame, but it's cost everyone here from SG to take down the Monkey King.
And this is a Sven who bought back without his God Strength. I'm not sure he can actually do anything here.
Especially because now Roshan is up. As weak as LGD may be, Sven, as you say, without God Strength, not going to be much stronger. Third Roche going down. It has the Refresher Shard here as well. Looks like Faith Beyond very eagerly making a spot in his inventory for that one. No, it's cheese for him instead. Really?
He did. I just bought back.
Fair enough.
The fact that Roshan is up completely validates his decision there. As we watch here again. Look at Faith Beyond moving exactly out of blink range there.
Shadows, take us.
Delicious.
Just a great game up from Faith Beyond. Okay, hold that thought. They're going to kill Y real quick. Just a quick little kill onto him, and the Gale Force wins, forcing it back. Yule Scepter, Jinkyu trying to line up the shackle shot here, but doesn't find one that will latch. Faith Beyond still ready to go on in, finds a fissure here onto Costabile, but here's Theolicor to get him out of a rough spot. Jaba now looking for Theolicor. Oh, great leap actually into the river, back up to the high ground. Is he going to be able to make it out? Yes, he is, and Costabile will do the same. That was crucial, of course, as our Sven had bought back in that earlier fight. That might have honestly just been GG had they managed to pick him off.
Yep. And he had to quickly change stacks there as well, because the gem before was over on Faith Beyond, but it is now on Jinkyu. So his invisibility was not enough to save him, even though the Earthshaker was not on top of him. It was the Wind Ranger. He had to BKB before he TP'd out.
And BKB then going to be on cooldown for another 40 seconds. Divine Rapier queued up for Sven, just so he can actually fight without the God Strength active. That is a little bit of a problem for SG Esports. How do SG then go about proposing these fights? Well, I mean, with Aegis on Monkey King now, because there will be a push coming from LGD, certainly, in the next, what, 4 minutes? Yeah, that we have 3 minutes fully left of Aegis.
Radiant are scanning.
I think the hard part of the fights for them here is they've been taking out Y, who we know doesn't have a buyback, and who presents so much extra damage and so much anti-regen to these fights, but they've been having to commit too many heroes on top of him. And that means that their Sven's BKB gets kited out, with the only casualty usually being the AA. It's not enough. They gotta either find themselves a different target or will hold their thought. Ami?
Hey.
Street broke!
Yeah, that's a 4-second stun. Down he will go. Costabile is onto the back lines as well. Faith Beyond will assemble that and just at least to be able to evade the Sven for now. But Xiaoba is not as lucky. BKB now active for Ame as, oh no, they've actually managed to catch ADR. Echo Slam committed here. It's still not enough. Force Staff into the BKB. Faith Beyond now finds himself in a lot of trouble. Big heals coming through at least to try and keep him alive, courtesy of the cheese, as Costabile looking to join the fight. Actually, has been kited out. Oh, the Yule Scepter perfectly stops King Jungles. He's unable to save his comrade, and that means there's a no Sven for 2 minutes here. Kips the refresh into a second now usage of the ultimate here for Ame, as in goes Tabo into the Wukong's command. Yule Sceptered up. Ice Blast is just going to miss, however, and he gets the blink off in time. Xiaoba, who bought back now, is going to be in onto the base with the roll up here. Doesn't have Rolling Thunder, though. They have now found the Shaker. ADR just getting in the chip damage here. He's level 25, but he's gone for the Remnant charge time. For now, it looks like PSG.LGD will be slightly forced back from pushing high ground.
Yeah, they used the full refresher over onto Ame, so it doesn't have another BKB charge, and I think that's it from them for now.
I can't believe Ame just walks in like that. We've got a couple different ways to cut down trees.
It's what can I say? Ame is not perfect.
No. He's but human. We are all but human, aren't we? Mm-hmm. And with his own
except for Faith Beyond.
I suppose so. Well, he's dead for now. He's got his own refresher warp, so I guess that's why they don't give him the refresher shard from Roche. It says just buy one yourself. You're pretty close to it anyway. What are you using all that money for anyway on an off-lane Earthshaker?
And then combined with the Timeless Relic, he's just having himself.
He's having a ball.
I don't. Yeah, a ball. That's a good word.
Slam in time.
A reset now for LGD. You can see that, especially if they slip up like that and they put Ame too far forward, it's actually very hard for them to fight into this choke point. And I'm not sure if they're going to feel comfortable going for another fight like that for quite a while.
Yeah, I think the issue for SG was Ame, understandably so, once he realizes, oh, there's a second Wukong's command out, or the first one I think it was actually, doesn't want to end up remnanting into a Wukong's command. No one wants to make a Monkey King's life easy. So he ends up remnanting back towards the back lines, gets stunned though by the Shaker, and then Theolicor has to leap in, so they actually start a little bit of a fight on the back lines, and Costabile very eager to join, however without BKB, ends up getting kind of kited out by his own team, because there was still a Monkey King, there was still a Jinkyu as well, standing in between him and the rest of his team where they were fighting. So that was a bit problematic for SG Esports. Sven, without his own source of mobility, just lots of move speed with a Silver Edge, a bit vulnerable to that always, isn't he?
Exactly. And that's always been the end game, I think, for LGD here. They have so much reach that they don't necessarily need to deal with that Sven. Oh! I kind of want to see the Aghanim's, I think that Constabile is going to go into that after he finishes up the Rapier here. He could buy out for it.
He could.
300 gold.
And I think he's thinking about it. Right now, there's at least moves from SG as they're very gingerly stepping into their own triangle. ADR a little bit more bold, of course, with the Remnant back. Picks up the bounty rune. Everyone goes, okay, it's safe. It was the bounty test. And now, with that bounty rune, Constabile has assembled and equipped the Divine Rapier.
Let's go.
Oh, and they're going to show it off here. There's going to be a nice stun here onto Jin Q, but the fissure from the low ground here stopping Constabile has no mobility. He's going to have to go the long way around. And actually, Davo, in the meantime, in a lot of trouble. Ice Blast is going to miss him, but Ame will certainly not. King Jungle stopped by the Gale Force. Now ADR in a lot of trouble. He's going to try and get the BKB off. Does manage to do so as Monkey King currently still fighting against the Sven. He's winning it, though, thanks to his own Satanic Lifesteal. And they might just get Constabile down. He's going to drop. And along with them goes the Rapier. Davo trying to at least make anything out from this fight, trying to salvage it. They might get Xiao Bao from this, but he's got the 18% damage resist. Not going to be enough. Maybe it will. No, the Echo Slam is going to put a stop to that kill attempt. There's going to be now a buyback from Davo right back into the thick of it here, as they've lost ADR, who did recover the Rapier and will then re-drop it. Davo, who just bopped back here, set to die back to Ame with the Rapier equipped, and that's going to be 5 heroes dead, 4 dead for LGD, but more with the buybacks. Very likely GG here.
That fissure just, you ruined Constabile's entire year.
It really did. Couldn't move anywhere. Again, no mobility on this guy, right? Until you said he might consider that I accepted, but until he has it, there's just no way. And LGD, there's only going to be an Ember and a Mirana. It's you know, no abilities, no ultis with them, plenty of damage. They're going to make the safe play and look for the Megas first. You might think that there's more buybacks a-coming. But I think, dare I say, that they have this game.
I dare say so as well. I'd be very upset if they didn't, in fact.
Yeah, we'll see. SG, they've got a tendency to play things very patiently.
Nice dodges.
There's a good dodge from ADR with BKB active. Will find the kill onto Y. And in fact, Ame taking a lot of damage. Full heal. Satanic has him good to go. Shackle Shot only finds the 2 wagons. As the gem is dropped, but recovered by Jin Q. That's bot time now for Sven to respawn. And with 1 tier 4 tower taken, another one maimed, and a Roshan available to respawn, which will respawn in a minute. LGD will make the call to back up.
It's good to be careful, but yeah, it's just about securing the game right now. Constabile.
Yeah, let's look at that fissure again real quick, why don't we? Because that was quite a crucial one. Just give me a moment here. There we go. Just look at those two. Yep, as we just wait for Roche to respawn, another 30 seconds. We're not going to have the AA, but
Look
yeah,
at
that fissure. He's got to take the long scenic route. It's difficult to do that when your team kind of really desperately needs you in that fight. My bad, meant to show this one as well. And the mano a mano easily won by the Monkey King. That one surprised me.
Yep, that one surprised me a great deal as well. And I think the same goes for Constabile.
Okay. But this is going pretty now. LGD now. Roche is up. 4th Roshan, of course. Now he's carrying everything but the Axe Shard. There's a Basher, by the way, now finished for Xiao Ba. As everyone else from LGD will jump into the pit. It's a 5v4. But they're not going to be able to get into Roche fast enough, as they will cancel Blink Dagger of Davo. There's Beyond now looking for the jump on in. Has managed to find one. He's got the Shard online now as well. Echo Slam into everything. He's going to refresh. A second one on Constabile, and he's pushed by the Gale Winds to his death. Kip's dead for 100 seconds. They're going to finish up King Jungles. Ame with a triple kill here. GG is dropped, and LGD take the 2-0 win. SG, if they wanted to get into the playoffs here, it's going to have to depend on other matches. So that is going to be out of their control. And a rampage for Ame to end things off.
Yeah, I mean, handed over there by the Ember Spirit, who wanted to see if he could kill some